I hope all of you know that this channel's mere existence is an excuse to make the projects I want to make, because now it's my job and therefore these things are considered being productive. Because there's something I've always wanted to do, and this time it's actually practical, unlike a lot of the other stuff we've done.
Hey, the toilet was very useful.
No, it wasn't.
You don't know that.
Now, I don't really have a solid PC in my garage. I have laptops here and there, but I always just go back to my house to use my beefier desktop. But I also don't want to just stick a PC in my garage, because I really like cool setups, but it's also just really dusty and dirty in here. And that is my excuse for what I'm gonna say next. I've always wanted to build a PC into a desk. People have done it before and I think it looks awesome. We could stick the monitor in there, keep dust from getting on that. It'd be cool. Now, I've asked a bunch of tech and other computer companies if they'd be willing to help me out with this, and they've all said no. Until today, when Alienware challenged me to do the thing that I've wanted to do. Finally, a brand with taste. So now they are sending me a Area 51 gaming desktop to disassemble and then reassemble. In addition to their flagship PC, they also sent over a set of peripherals and a 27-inch QD OLED gaming monitor to incorporate into the setup. This is a big case. I did read the packing materials. This is a 5090. What is all this?
That's a computer. Oh, well, what you touched is just glass.
Oh, wait, this case is sick. Unlock, lock. Too bad we're going to remove it from the case. First things first, we hooked it up to the monitor and peripherals.
I think it's the alien head.
Is that the button? It is.
What'll be really funny for this video is after we build the computer and the table, we then take my computer, we swap all the components for it, all of those computer parts, and we just like put it at my house, like as a total joke, like just for the video.
You can't have it, Dan. Then we turned it on, things booted up super quick out of the box, and we began brainstorming. Ah, nice. We do like cable management. It's better than my other computer. Oh. You don't want to see it.
You don't want to see mine.
I don't know. Mine's worse. Are we now going to compare whose cable management
Do we need to put that in the video?
We should do that.
Alrighty. Actually, it's not too bad. Never mind. I was wrong.
So yours wasn't actually that bad.
No, mine was actually
yours
really
was
good.
like
Mine
really
was
good. Okay, I do have a cover over the.
Take the cover off. Take the cover off.
That's not fair.
Oh, this looks like you had a rat make a nest in there.
Shut up, okay? Okay, quick little 30-second lesson for those of you that are unfamiliar with PC parts. We have the motherboard that connects all of the pieces, the power supply that powers all the pieces, the graphics card that renders images, videos, and graphics, the CPU, which is the brain of the PC, the CPU cooler. It can be a fan with a heat sink or a water cooling unit. Then you've got your RAM, which is your computer's short-term memory, storage, which I run out of all the time, and finally a bunch of fans to cool it off inside a case. Except we're making the case this time. So we started cutting the wood with the intention of splitting the PC up into two separate wooden boxes, each holding their own parts. Now I'm gonna premise this video by saying I suck at woodworking things. You don't have to tell me. I already suck, I know. So instead, I'm just gonna say that I'm going for a rustic look. That's what women say when they're decorating, right? They go get the most hacked up piece of wood ever, put it on the wall and go, wow, it's rustic, even though it looks like it's been like thrown through a shredder 50 times. I think they just say that to make themselves feel better. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going for a rustic look.
Can we just do the snappy thing? And then it's done?
We're supposed to be building it, and they're supposed to see us suffering while building it.
But you're like the editor, so you can, like, if I just do the snappy thing?
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it though, because then I'm gonna have to do it.
Oh, so I'll take it back.
No. Now that we had the wood cut up for what would hold the PC, I went and modeled some mounting boards for the pieces that I printed out of ASA. Originally, I had the intention of mounting the motherboard and graphics card on the left container and the power supply and extra screen be mounted on the right, until I realized that you can't physically extend power supply cables to be that long. But you know what? We'll get to that later. So next, we're gonna start CNCing all those holes that we need on there.
Is that the CNC table?
Yeah.
It's kind of like covered. There's a Doug Dimmadome hat laying on it.
It doesn't get used much because I print everything. A lot. We got half of a Loki helmet. We have a bunch of water bottles and cups.
An entire 3D printer. That was on fire.
Yeah, we did try to cook an egg on that. So I started up the CNC to work on cutting out holes for fans, and in the meantime, started fully disassembling the PC. Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is the most expensive part of the computer. The CPU is also like 20 cores, so it could be expensive, but this is a 5090.
Are you gonna use the dirtiest screwdriver you have?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this void the warranty?
Yes. Now, if you get one of these computers, which good for you if you do. If you do this, the warranty goes bye-bye. Bye-bye warranty.
Here, I'm gonna move these 2 bolts. White ring around the 2 bolts.
Where are the 2 bolts?
Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob.
Shut up, Patch!
You're good. You're good. That's like 4 mortgage payments. You're good. You're good. You're good.
I'm gonna leave the AIO attached because it's still gonna go above everything. There's literally no point in detaching it and having to reapply thermal paste and all that. I ain't having that. The only thing left to rip out of this guy is the power button. Now this PC's motherboard doesn't have the typical like power switch pins. It actually runs into this board. All the professional PC builders are probably like, you're not grounding yourself. We've got parts not even in a magnetic thing. Listen, it's inside the tape roll. Look at that. Give me power button.
Yeah, you got literally 2 empty chairs right here.
Just always end up on the floor. Nice. Okay, so it's all one unit. I wasn't about to say one piece. Please.
You mean one piece?
We did do some things out of order here. Since we couldn't assemble the wooden boxes until the PC mounts were ready to go, we actually stained and coated the wood first before assembly just to get ahead of the game on drying times. But alas, when you go through all the trouble to do that, if you measure one little thing wrong, you're kind of just screwed. At first, when we were planning on having the back go like behind this box, and then we decided to put it in the box. Now these are 3/4 of an inch too long. So it's all just kind of goofed, I guess.
The word is...
Ah, thank you, yes. So between this measuring goof and the fact that I slowly realized they don't actually sell power supply cables longer than a meter, I decided to switch gears altogether and I remodeled the entire thing. That's right, I pretty much just started over and made the entire PC exist within one box. So I stayed up till about 1:30 modeling the new one, and as if I didn't crash out hard enough earlier, this happened. So it is 1:42 in the morning. I finally got the new plate sent over to the printers. Only the P1S's were working, and I was like, that's weird. Why aren't these connected? And you wanna know why? I tripped the breaker. Because I forgot you have to heat up the bed so much more for ASA. My security camera is also out. It has to be the breaker. What? Dog, I have no idea what to do. The next morning, Dan and I started looking everywhere for the problem and could not find anything. So he decided it was worth a look in the attic.
It says breaker behind mirror.
Where?
The wire that's feeding in says breaker behind mirror.
Breaker behind the what, like in the bathroom?
But if there is a breaker behind here, I'm gonna lose it. That would not make sense.
There's no way.
No
Are
way.
you what?
Dude.
Are you kidding me? In my own house? There was a whole nother breaker box that I never knew about. Behind the mirror. In my bathroom. Meanwhile, we still needed to come up with how we wanted to display the monitor, since it does get dusty in the garage and we wanted a way to hide it when it wasn't in use. So we decided to have it raise up and down along linear rails using a linear actuator. Oh, and I had also gotten a smaller monitor to put in the case, because I'm a sucker for stuff like that. What you doing? Did you tear apart the Frankie arms?
Yes. Here are your electronics.
Thank you. What do you do when you need aluminum extrusion?
You're not using this anymore, right?
No.
Okay, cool.
So we're kind of back in business now. Only have 2 more of these pieces to go. Once the brass inserts are in there, I'll be able to put the standoffs in. Once the standoffs are in, I'll be able to screw the motherboard on. So it'll hold the power supply here, so its intake fan is facing this way, and it'll exhaust that way. This is the monitor mount for that extra little monitor we got, and the rest of the graphics card mount is finishing printing right now. We got more pieces of wood cut. I've CNC'd out all the parts and like quadruple checked all my measurements.
What did you do?
I didn't realize the standoffs that I bought were made of nylon, not metal. So the screw holes on a motherboard are also grounding points. So since our case is not made of metal and we're mounting it to plastic, the standoffs do need to be made of metal, and I need to connect them all together and then ground that. These are nylon. They're nylon. They're nylon. And if you're wondering what could happen if you don't ground your PC parts, well, they could be fine. Or if they're static buildup, it could fry into oblivion. Now, for the scariest part of the build, cutting out the main part of the table. This was personally the scariest thing for me because 1, the CNC machine had goofed up on me before, and 2, this piece of wood was not necessarily cheap. So I was pretty determined to watch it while it cut. However, it did take like 2 hours or so, so I was in there for a little while. So I'm waiting for this to cut out, and I should fix that. Just in case. Please don't fall. While it was cutting, I decided to start staining more parts and was cutting it really close on materials, but thankfully the table did come out alright, and the next day I stained it and started coating other parts in polyurethane. Again, yes, we did it before we assembled everything, but we still had some stuff printing that needed to be installed first. I made up for my mistake. Okay? I did. I got metal standoffs. Finally, before it was time to assemble it all, I soldered up my grounds for all the parts in the PC that needed them and made sure they fit in the wire gaps that I left on the underside. And before you know it, it was assembly day. It was time to put together quite literally everything. We assembled the wooden case, attached all the PC mounting parts, soldered up my grounding cables, placed the monitor's linear actuator in its case, and started building the computer. Now today, of all days, was the one time that the audio decided to just not record today, of all days. So I figured we would dub over some of it for you. All right, Dan, drop it down. Don't mess up.
I'm trying my best.
Okay.
Oh, look, a penny!
No, focus. It needs to go down straight.
No, it's right there!
Okay, I think this is starting to look really good.
I'm never getting my penny.
Okay, we gotta be really careful when we're installing this one.
I know, dude. This is worth a lot of pennies.
Hey, Dan, you wanna spend the next 20 minutes trying to fish out a screw that I just dropped? Hey, Dan, I need a flashlight.
Okay, here.
Oh, thanks. Could you, like, move it?
Yeah, here.
It's still not bright enough. Could you actually do better?
I'm trying, dude.
Your dad must have been really disappointed with you as a child.
He was and is. How's this?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Are you happy now? I'm really nervous. All the grounds are connected. We've got continuity everywhere.
But do you have continuity on the case?
Okay, what?
Yeah, like.
I'm gonna plug it in just in case the power supply is switched on. I can't really tell because it's just like a button, but here we go. Power supply on. Please do something. Thank you!
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine if it hadn't turned on? Could you imagine if, like, after all that, it just didn't? It's testing the fans. That's what, since we swapped up its fan we swapped up its fan configuration, so it's like, ayo dog, what's going on?
You are really bad at this.
What was that sound I heard?
No, nothing.
What was it? What was that sound I heard?
I'm just checking. See, I did it in 1 piece.
Will you excuse me for a second?
You good?
You can tell. I had no idea if that was gonna work at all. For reference, every time I've ever built a PC before now, the first time I hit the power switch, it does not turn on. There's always something to freak you out. I was like 99% sure it was gonna happen with this too. That was the most stressful part of this entire project. Looks good.
Now take it off.
Shut up.
Wait. Just wait. Just wait a little bit longer.
It's not plugged in. I panicked so hard for 2 seconds.
Table.
Yo, actually, that's really cool.
That's awesome. Start up.
I sure hope it does.
Will it boot? Is this
Yep, press it.
alien head?
Yo.
Oh.
It's like, I knew you were building a desk with a PC, but I had no idea like what it was actually gonna look like.
Is this where
This
I
is
just
sweet.
put handprints all over the glass?
Please no.
Or nub print?
Well, listen. Whoa! How'd you do that?
You'll never know.
Does it have a slow setting?
This is the setting. There's one setting.
Perfect.
It will not detect if your hand is there or not. And it will continue to go this slow.
Oh yeah. Nice.
I was
Nice.
waiting to see if there was actually clearance.
And then,
Okay.
All right.
I think it's faster this time. And this fit the first time? Is that right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it fit the very first time, as well as all of the PC components. First try. You know, if we ever need this PC like really quickly, it's not happening. It is done. I'm very happy to, because this is something I've always wanted to do. I think it looks great. I think the monitor looks great. I did put the CPU and GPU temperatures on there because that's just something I like to know. The parts in it are crazy too. Obviously a 5090, that's like the best graphics card you could buy. The CPU has 20 cores in it. And as far as the way we built this, got the intake for air coming from this wall and this wall, and all the exhaust is going out these two. So air's moving this way. I think it looks good. I'm excited to use it. I've already been downloading stuff on it. I already put SolidWorks on here, which is something that I use a lot, and it's a pretty hefty software, and you need a pretty hefty computer to be able to run multiple tabs of SolidWorks. Thankfully, I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about it crashing as much anymore, because that's a problem if you work with SolidWorks a lot, you know. So now I can edit models here, I can slice them up and send it to the printers, and I just don't have to go back to my house. Do want to thank Alienware for sponsoring this video and sponsoring this build. If you guys want to see all the different types of configurations you can get with an Area 51 gaming desktop from Alienware, please check out the link in the description. You can choose whatever configuration works best for you. Obviously, these things are built for gaming, so if you're a hefty gamer, something like this would get you very far. Oh, and the monitor too, being able to lower this. I mean, come on. Will it ever not be this slow?